done with it yet, but oh man, that was so good. Monk, you have made this game more interesting to me. I don't think I'll ever buy it. You definitely brought interest to something I had no interest in. Honestly, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed watching it, because, I mean, well, we know what that other guy's job was, but that's my job.
No. I'm telling you, Jai Devil is a hell of a marksman. I'd bet my right arm that, drunk as he is, he could still hit anything you care to point out. Remember Von Orlitz?
You really bet your right arm.
In fact, I will go further. Hinek. Your crossbow.
Oh no.
I heard about some William fella who shot an apple off someone's head.
William fella who shot an apple. Is he? That was a William Tell reference?
Or was it Walter?
At least take that. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Shut up! You're wasted. Never seen you this bad.
Remember the last time that he was like, yeah, I could do it. I don't need a helmet. Was when we almost took out his eye.
Shut up!
This will go down in history.
What is this music? It's like the Nutcracker.
Hinek, you fucking moron!
The same eye. It was the same one. Oh man. I think I don't know if he's gonna lose it because it was in the helmet and the helmet came off, which means it wasn't like stuck in his skull. But oh my god. Like it might have hurt really because like the metal dented inward, right? So it might have just been like a really solid punch to the eyeball. Just say he lost it in a battle. The evening after the Italian court robbery.
What is it?
King Sigismund?
Sire, I bear news from the Italian court. There's been a robbery.
What?
Apparently Margrave Yob's people, they freed the hostages and stole all the silver and vanished.
All our silver?
All of it, but that's not all.
But wait,
Sire,
there's more.
Word has come that Jobst is mustering an army and is planning to go to the aid of Kuttenberg.
Oh, that treacherous little whore. That snake. That fucking turncoat! Get out! What are you still standing there?
There's more.
Spit it out!
Sire, Ladislaus of Naples, he's declared himself king of Hungary and lays claim to your lands. He landed at Zadar with an army.
Bro, this guy, yeah, I promise you, all the messengers drew straws. And this guy drew the shortest straw. He had to go tell the king all of this?
Anything else?
Well, your Cumans plundered the estates of the House of Wallstein. The widow Anna is demanding compensation.
Compensation?
Wait, didn't Anna... I thought Anna died. When we had the... There was like we had formed a bunch of alliances, and then we like got attacked. I thought Anna was one of the people that died.
Compensation she wants. That little widow. And how are we supposed to pay that when there's no one even capable of guarding our treasury in the middle of fucking town?
This is a flashback right after you stole all the silver. Yeah, but I thought she died before we did the silver heist. Oh man, I might have the timeline messed up. I thought she died earlier than that. I thought the silver heist was later.
Anything else?
No, sire, that's all, sire.
Bow, bow, bow.
Fucking country!
So Sigismund went to another... He was king of Hungary. He went to this other country to try to become king there too. Lost there, and someone else became king of Hungary while he was gone. The cat sound, what? He's like, Messenger, you okay, buddy? He got dressed while making all that noise? That's a talent.
We're going back to Hungary. Get packed immediately and give the orders.
Sire, how am I to pay the wages of the Prague troops?
Do you know what happened to our silver from the Italian court?
I do.
Then fucking get it back. Give it to the Pragas for all we care. Do whatever you like with this accursed Czech silver.
But sire, I would need something to see.
That's skill. He telekinetically closed the door while the door was 20 feet behind him. That's what a king can do, chat. You've finished the main story of KCD2. Sukdol is liberated, and the Wenceslas forces under the command of Jobst of Luxembourg and Radzig Kobyla march to Prague. The pro-Sigismund coalition has fallen apart, and Otto von Berghaus Praegers are negotiating a truce. Together with Zeke's band, you are back in Devil's Den. If you wish, you can return to completing unfinished side quests and exploring the Kuttenberg and Trotsky regions. Main quest completed. Judgment Day. Well, how about that, chat? Level 24. New perk available. What do we got? What do we got? Dude, there's still some here that we haven't gotten to. Oh no, Pacifist was exclusive with Warmonger, and we got Warmonger. These might just be exclusives. Okay, never mind. Okay, so these are all ones that I've just been kind of avoiding getting for a while. Local hero, I guess. Warfare leveled up during that whole mess. And wearing plate, you get a bonus from Charisma. Ironclad. Let's get Ironclad, that's fine. And heavy weapons. Again, this doesn't really affect anything. Because I'm not really using combos much. Blunt force trauma, I guess. Alright. You didn't get chased achievement. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Is there any new Steam achievements? I don't... Oh, hang on a sec. I'm in the wrong tab. Okay, what have we gotten so far? Martyr. You helped the legate attain martyrdom. I helped the legate attain... Wait, what? The legate was the guy that Godwin impersonated, right? That was the dude we accidentally killed when we were trying to kidnap him? I think it was. You finally met Markvard von Aulitz. Yep. You picked the hardest lock. Oh, the chest that was next to Mark Vart von Owlitz. You completed the story. No, there's no achievement for staying faithful to Teresa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're still drunk. I am. I have been drunk because it doesn't tick down when you're sleeping or during cutscenes. So my guy has been drunk for the last like 3 days. We have been sloshed. Just, oh my goodness. All right, chat. We have a tradition on our channel, and the tradition. Why is my hammer unequipped? It did it again. I think it's because he equipped the freaking Radzig sword during the cutscene. We have a tradition on the channel, and the tradition is when we sort of finish a game, which this is kind of that, we do a little review time. And we're going to do that now. So I'm going to save and quit for the moment and just talk for a couple of minutes here. So if I close the game here, and Steam is going to then update, it is going to say that we have played, it says 66 hours. It should be more than that, though. Uploading. Well, okay, let's say 66 plus hours. All right, so taking it from the top. Sometime back, we saw a preview for KCD2. Thought it looked pretty cool. I was like, but I want to play the first one first. And at that time, we had like a month till this came out. So we played KCD1, and I found it amazing. We cleared the game. I had to rush it a little bit because I wanted to finish it before. Like, once I found I loved it, I had to kind of rush it to finish it before the sequel came out. And so we skipped a lot of side stuff, and we did not do the DLCs, of which there's like 9 DLCs or something. But we played it for like 40 hours, finished the main quest line, and KCD2 picks up right after KCD1. Like, in-game, it's like hours. It's like Hans and Henry and their group are going down the road, and then number 2 starts with them going down the road. So it's like they're on their way to deliver that message. So if anyone's thinking of playing this game, you do not have to play the first game, but you would probably enjoy it a lot more. It is very much a story game with a fantastic story, and the second game is Chapter 2 or Book 2. So you can, like if you jump into Harry Potter, I don't recommend you jump into Book 2. You can, but you're going to be missing some context for sure. At the very least, watch a YouTube video that does a good job of summarizing the first game before you jump into the second, that kind of thing. What's changed? Alchemy still feels pretty much the same, except the graphics have been updated a bit, and I thought the Alchemy game was good. They added the dice game. What was the game that they had in the there was some, I don't remember what it was. There was a different game in the first one that was not the Yahtzee dice game, I don't think. Like sharpening your weapon at like the weapon wheel. There's just lots and lots of mini games that, basically it took itself very seriously. The like repairs, I think, were a little different. In the first game, it was like, at first you could only repair items from like 95 durability to 100, but if they dropped down to below 94 durability, you couldn't. But then as your skill increased, that window that you could repair increased as well. But in the second game, it was basically just like, once you reach certain skill levels, you could upgrade a certain rarity of items. And I remember when I finally it was like craftsmanship level 15 or something, all of a sudden I was like, boom, I could repair literally everything. And I was like, oh shoot, okay, we just got through like the last threshold, the last breakpoint. So there was some minor things that were different. The biggest difference, having played both games back to back, was absolutely the combat. In the first game, there was 6 different angles you could attack from. There was up, now from my perspective, there was up, left, right, down, right, and thrust, which is just stab them. And then in this game, there was 4. And it was basically up, left, right, or thrust, but sometimes it would kind of do like a below attack. So there was 4 different angles. And then some weapons didn't allow that. For an axe, you could only do left, right, or up. There was no from below attack with the axe. It was just chopping animations. And that was totally fine. So yes, they slightly simplified the combat, but it still retained its challenge. If you hadn't yet kind of figured out the systems, you would still struggle with it. There was also more weapon variety. In the first game, there was like the 2-handed weapons. You could pick them up in a battle, but they wouldn't go in your inventory. It was just like you could pick them up and use them for the next couple minutes, and then you dropped them when it was time to move on. You couldn't just permanently do like a 2-handed weapon build. But in this game, you could. You could do, so there was sword and shield or two-hand sword or sword and empty hand, because there was some talents, and I was running those talents where if your other hand was empty, your main hand was much less stamina draining, so you could fight more. And then there was axe and maces, or you should say axe and blunt weapons, because there was warhammers also. And then there was the two-handed halberd type weapons. However, as I've mentioned many times, I came to really like the hammer because blunt damage still hurt enemies that were in full plate armor. Some of the damage still got through. And when I say some, I mean, it still felt like a lot. Because, like, again, my duel with Eric, the final duel, it was like three taps to the dome. I just like fainted to the side and hit him on the head 3 times, and it was over. It was completely over. So I don't know. Maybe the other weapons just need a buff, or maybe the Warhammer needs a little bit of a nerf. I don't know. But it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. I would say also blocking or parrying was much easier in the second game because they made that little green shield much bigger, more noticeable. I don't think that's a bad thing, but it is a thing. Multi-target is much better. That was the biggest complaint from the first game, is multi-target combat was kind of a nightmare. But in the second game, it is not that bad at all. You gotta memorize a few keybinds, like tab toggles target lock on or off your current target. Otherwise, when you swing the mouse upward to do a downward chop, you might accidentally just flip your camera to the sky. So the target lock was good. If you were target locked and then someone swings over to the right of you, you would click the middle mouse button, and that completely freed your camera. You could move to someone else and release it, and that would move the lock. But then you would need to hit tab again to lock onto the new target if you wish to do that. So it took a little getting used to, but it is not too bad at all. And it was quite enjoyable. So like all in all, like again, they simplified some stuff, but they also made other things much better. And I think overall, the combat in the second game definitely was an improvement on the first. Storytelling, masterclass. It was an absolute masterpiece. Both from just like the story, like that was on, like the main story that, has its own little railroads that you followed, and then choices that you made and stuff like that. You're referencing choices that you did in the past, like when we found out the enemy had to relocate their ammo stores to the blacksmith because someone had blown up their ammo stores, which was a spy that I had let live 7 hours prior, and it was just like this part of the game changed because I did that earlier. Oh my god, that was so good. That was so good. I loved that so much. There was a lot of that where you did something and there was a cause and effect from that later on. Graphics were absolutely gorgeous. The game looked beautiful. The sound was great. I remember when we were sneaking up behind Von Aulitz, and we were getting ready. We thought we were about to assassinate him. We didn't realize how wounded he was, and it was like you started hearing that singing in Latin. I thought I was going into like a Dark Souls battle or something. Like the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. It was really good. It was really good. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say right now. Again, I just recently did the review of all the games I played in 2024, and some of the top-rated games I played that were like S tier was like Cyberpunk, for example. I absolutely rate this as S tier. This is up there. This was a really, really fun experience for people who enjoy RPGs. I've still got more stuff to do, thinking it's, a 100-hour plus game. Does it have... You know what? I haven't checked. I'm going to open the game again to check real quick. When you beat the first game, you unlocked kind of a New Game Plus mode. And there was like a hardcore mode. I actually have no idea if this one has that. If I do New Game... if I do that, is there a hardcore mode in this one? Hold on. Skip part. Let me see. No, I think it just throws you right into it, doesn't it? It throws you right into the tutorial thing, which is funny enough is like the final battle. We didn't know it at the time. Yeah, because in the first game, you could play the game again, but there was some of the most unreal challenge mode settings you could turn on. And for those of you that don't know what they are, there was like one, was like, you don't see yourself on the map, okay? So like, if you turn that on, you can see the map. You don't know where you are on it. And then there was another one called sleepwalking, where you wake up and you wouldn't always be in the same spot you went to bed. Combine that with the fact that you can't see where you are on the map, and it was just like, oh my god. And there was one that was like dropped on your head as a child, and you gain XP slower than other people. And there was like 10 different settings, and you could turn any of them on or off, or all of them on, and it just made the game like thin-blooded. You bleed easy. You know, there was just tapeworm. You're always hungry. There was a lot of them. They were really tough. I wonder if they're going to patch those in later, kind of like how Baldur's Gate 3, later after release, they patched in an additional difficulty that wasn't there at launch. I think it launched with Tactician, and then later they added Honor Mode. But yeah. I don't know if just because of the sheer amount of time this game took, I don't know if I'd ever do another playthrough of it, but I'm not done with this playthrough. I plan on doing side content until I can't find any more. Basically, you know, what I did on the first map is I did side quests until I found no more markers on my map. I'm sure there's some I missed, but I did all the ones I could find. I'm going to do that on the second one. So with that, chat, I really loved this game. Going to be, you know, going through and just cleaning up what I missed on the next stream, which will be tomorrow morning. But for those of you that were just following for the main story, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I really, really did. And we'll pause it there and pick it up from there tomorrow.